So what happens to your brand as you grow? Say you've started out in business as a one-man band, and you've created a business, and you've designed a logo, you've got fonts and your color palette, and everything else is set up in terms of the imagery, and you have your brand guidelines, and you take on new people and you give them the brand guidelines, so everybody's using the right fonts, right colors. What about when you get to about 10 people and everybody's using the brand guidelines? That's all great. But the one thing you need to not overlook here too is the brand values. How are you articulating your brand values? Does everybody in the company know, even when it's like a very small company of 10 people, let alone a big company of 100, 200, however many employees, does everybody understand what those core values are and why you're doing what you're doing? Because it's so important. I had a sales guy called me last week, and he's starting at a new company and was talking about a rebrand for the company. And as we talked, and I was asking him, well, why? You know, why are you considering this? What would be the benefits of this? And okay, well, if we were to rebrand, what does that look like? What does it feel like? And as I was digging and digging and digging into the ethos of the brand, and where did it start? What was important? What are the values of the brand? He kind of knew and kind of didn't, and was interested in my questions because it made him think about the things that nobody's actually really communicated to him, and what he was sort of working out for himself. But actually that's a bit too risky, because your brand is about much more than the logo and the colors and the fonts. It's very much about the feeling. What feeling is it producing? And in terms of your products and services, how do people feel about those things? Why are you doing them? Because what you need to understand is the desire or the need that you're fulfilling, not just what products and services you offer, but actually more than that, how you fulfilling something in your customers' lives. And understanding from there also your audience is absolutely key. And as your company grows, your audience probably gets wider and wider, and your products become bigger and more, and you're servicing more and more and more people. So in terms of, okay, having a specific target market, that kind of, it's always hard. It's even hard for the small guys. So as you go and this gets extended, it becomes even harder. But it is really important to try to focus in on who you truly want to market to, and really and absolutely and utterly stay away from still everybody, because that just makes it way too hard for you to focus your marketing efforts, and your brand becomes disjointed. So always bring it back to the whole why. What is it that what is the feeling? What's the passion? What's the thing that is the purpose, the mission? So having a written purpose or mission statement is brilliant, because it allows you to succinctly share with everybody, okay, this is what we're about. And it needs to be inspiring, it needs to be specific, and it needs to be absolutely believable. So definitely work on having a clear message, make sure it's a compelling message, and make sure that it's a consistent message, one that everybody can use all the time, and really know and understand and be able to communicate. Ooh, I hope that helps. I shall see you next week.